I know why the speedometer cable was disconnected. Can you see it? It's making a terrible noise. And right now it says we're doing between 70 and 100. What happened? Just stop making noise.
That's Johnny Fraser's car. He's getting away. After it.
Now the next task is a speedometer cable. They gave me this nice new pre-made one, which is cool. It goes through the firewall right here behind the horn and down to the transmission. So the small end is going to be the speedometer end. So we're going to get set up, crawl under there, undo that, pull the old one out from the speedometer to the outside, and then we'll go underneath and undo it at the transmission, and then we will reinstall it the opposite way. Well, it wasn't even connected. Let me see if it's broken. Yeah, I'd say she's broke. Well, no, that's square. I wonder if it just wasn't connected for some reason. For those of you who don't know, they form the end of the cable square on one end, and then cut it to length, and then you crimp on the other end. You see if that engages in the transmission. It's worth trying. So for those of you who have never been into such things, let me get my flashlight here. That's what that looks like in the middle of the screen, connecting the back of the speedometer. And you have a similar connection, only a little bigger, at the transmission output shaft housing there. And that's what that looks like, but if I don't have to replace this one, I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna attempt to quiet the speedometer down, and I was gonna take the whole instrument panel out, but I think if you can see above the cable, above that top bulb, there's a slot head screw, and there's two more down here. I think I'm going to attempt to just take that out, disconnect everything, and then get into the speedometer. So if you can hold on, it is way too cramped in here to have you with me, but we'll see you when I got it out. By the way, I do want you to know I also disconnected the battery. There's so many auxiliary switches and buttons under here that have been installed over the years. There's just hot wires, hot terminals everywhere. We'll get this dude out. I have to put you down so I don't break that needle off of it. Okay. Now let's get out of here. Okay. Now we're in the workroom on the carpet table. It's exactly why I like having a workbench covered in carpet. So you don't have to worry about scratching things. Take this back cover off. I better go get a magnetic tray. Or a tray of some kind. Take off the trip meter thumb screw, if I can. Okay, the little thumb knob for the trip screw is on a little bevel. So once you can get it to turn, it'll come right off. So I just grabbed the shaft with one pliers, turned it with another, and she came off. Faceplate's beautiful yet. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. So hopefully this is as far as I'm gonna go. You can see we got a little, oh, watch out now. See, we got a little brass plug here. Try to get that out. Should come somewhat easy with a nice sharp pick. There we go. We got some felt in here. A wick. Like that. And I don't know if you can see it now, but you can see the shaft that spins. So, why I took the faceplate and the needle off, so I could get this as protected as I possibly can. Probably not necessary. I think I'm gonna back you up a scotch here. Scoot. There we go. But yeah, I don't want this old paint getting hit with carb cleaner. I'm just gonna lightly go in here. I'm not getting much crud out of there, that's for sure. Certainly turning easier though, so must be getting something. Okay. Hit it with a little air. I don't know, hopefully oil really helps that, because that's still pretty stiff in there. Carb cleaner's just acting like a lubricant at this point. So we'll just try a couple drops. This is just 3 in 1. Well, making a mess already. Goodness. Now I'm going to get my special tool. Just called a short pencil. Well, it's certainly easier. Now, I really don't feel qualified to go any farther than this. And whether or not you do this much is up to you. But to get into all of that nonsense, I just don't want to ruin someone else's stuff, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put the wick back in, give that a drop or two. Why not 3? And put the plug back in. Okay. Well, very good. Hopefully that quiets that down. We will reassemble this really quick with you. Why not, after all? Our screws back in. See the AC division GMC right there. Kind of cool. I get excited about weird little things like that. And you should too. think about what was going on in the world at the time this was being built the first time. The things they were worrying about. Okay. Put the thumb screw back on. A lot has changed, and not much has changed. Funny old world. See, that's the red eye for the brights. There it is. Oh, these things are tiny. Let's see if it'll hold the screw. Whoop. Safety first. Finally, the needle. Kind of a finicky little guy, aren't you? There you go. Well, we passed the pencil test. Let's go put her back in the car. Figured while I was here, might as well get this inside and out. Looks like it could use it. Oh. Okay, we're all back together. And we're gonna test it out. I don't really want to drive it today because it rained an hour, or it rained an inch and a half, and I don't want to get this thing all muddy, but we'll pick around the puddles the best we can. Tell you what, I'm just gonna go slow here. Well, shoot. So far, so good. Slow down here. About 20 yards, I'll be able to speed up a little bit more. So far, the needle's holding steady. It was not doing that at all when I drove it the other day. And it was already terribly noisy. this is working great. Nice and quiet, nice and steady. Just exactly what we need. Let's celebrate with a honk. So there really is a wide range of year models of GM cars that procedure is going to be pretty much exactly the same. And like I said, you don't even need to take the faceplate off. I just kind of prefer to do that myself if it can be easily done. Having said that, if you don't want to do it at all, there are professionals out there yet that rebuild these old gauges. And if it was anything beyond this, I would certainly want to send it in as well, because I just don't have the experience tearing apart an entire speedometer. So anyway, that is how we do that if you need such a thing. Well, thanks so much for coming along. We're getting this whole girl back into shape. No offense. So what's next up for it? Let's take a look. The mailman was kind to me today and brought some goodies. Fuel pump was leaking, got a kit for that. Master cylinder is leaking, got a kit for that. Has a Chevy generator on it that squeaks terribly. It does work. I got it working, polarized and all. But the owner made a wise choice that they want it fixed right. I should say the current owner. The previous owner put the Chevy generator on, and the problem with that is the end frames are upside down or backwards compared to a Chevy. Oh, this thing has a beat up pulley. We're gonna have to change that out. Got this on eBay as an old rebuild, and should be perfectly fine as long as it works. That's all I care about. So anyway, come back soon. We are gonna finish this project up and move on to the next. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye bye.